Today's sports coverage of the National Football League is... lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got him in, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And that ball traveling 68 yards in the air, according to next-gen stats. Now the try here for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Second and 9 now. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning. And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On play action, they'll throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll set up to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Here we go. He's brought down at the 42.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. but I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll try again. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
A try here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And they sit now at 500 on the year. And, Charles, this was a team that really looked lost in that first month or so of the season. But they have had the hot hand lately, winning 3 straight.
I would agree. It's almost hard to believe that this is the same team because we followed them pretty closely throughout this season. And early on, I thought this is going to be a really tough year for this crew. So plenty of credit to them for turning the ship around.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 44-yard line. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
We got 4. We got 4. Go. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And a catch right side by Evans. That catch good for only a couple. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up
Back to throw again. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. 2nd and 6. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
the pass. Complete to number 81.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Back to throw now on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Hands it off out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Back to throw here. And his throw here's incomplete. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. Now they try the right side here. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
2nd and 5. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
First red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now a handoff here to his running back. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And oh, this is Peterson remaining down on the ground and apparently in some pain. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. Now back to throw. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his quick catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
He's brought down at the 31.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the second quarter. The Bucs trying to hold on and claim victory. Next, we head off to check out another game.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he returns this to the 22. The Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks,
I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Dancing to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way, but when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've got the lead here as they begin this drive, trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from the loss last week to the LA Chargers. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once...
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
And that is incomplete. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 2nd and 1. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
Well, we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that's incomplete.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area and just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
Here we go. Complete to number 82.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So now out is the Panther offense as he'll come in and go for the 2-point try. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So they try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet and said, go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career, that draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where that came from.
2nd down and 5. Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Now a handoff looking right. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
There's the Panthers punter now. as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. 2nd and 8. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. Carolina getting set to take the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Gore. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now they'll try the jet sweep here. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
You think about the strong safety position, and they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnose perfectly there.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Hands it off out of the gun. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. They go play action here on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
And to give this time to the tailback. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Back to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, they really could have turned this one upside down. The Ravens send their punter out now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. All right, Charles Davis, what do we make of these numbers and what's happened to the big tight end here?
Well, I think a lot of times we talk so much about adjustments and what you're going to do at halftime that maybe we miss what actually goes on. Because the sense is that, oh, they go in at the half, they just change everything. That's not really...
And he goes down, it's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. 2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A 4th quarter score now from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. And in the late stages, it's the Steelers that have taken the lead. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them center blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now a man open down the middle of the field. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw here. Well, he's going to go for it all. And oh no, it's incomplete. That's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Possession of the football goes over to Carolina. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now a throw here to his running back. That catch good for only a couple. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A punt of 46, a return of 5. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back to throw again. Going for the deep ball. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So now the Panthers down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. Back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. This to possibly force OT. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for the Ravens, they run their mark to 6-2 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.